So hey there peeps, it's been a while since I posted a video. I thought I'd get something out there. I'm not going to make this perfect, just want to get something out there to show my progress, to maybe keep other people motivated. I guess I want to first thank some other YouTubers that helped me stay motivated and entertained. That would be Scotty D TV and Lou with My Car Story and Rich with Mustang Connection. So thanks guys. Anyways, there's a lot more I'd like to thank. I'll get to them later. So right now I'm just finishing up body work. I've been painting a lot of black epoxy primer. So all these colors are just epoxy primer. Except for the door, that has some surface wear on it. All I have left to do is to strip the paint off the hood. That's the last of the white. This car was entirely white when I started the project. I'll be glad when all that white's gone. I just recently stripped the deck lid, top and bottom, all the way down to the bare metal with the aircraft paint strip remover there. I get the stronger stuff that you have to actually go to the airport and buy. So again, I use the stronger aircraft paint stripper that you can't get at typical retail stores. So this is the Southern polyurethane black epoxy primer. Once you get to know it and spray it, it's great stuff, but you gotta know what you're doing. Epoxy primer is hard to shoot, and it likes to dry while it's in the air before it even gets stuck to the panel sometimes, and you get a lot of orange peel and this and that. So if you put it on too thick, you get a lot of craters. So again, I got the louvers finally painted with the epoxy primer. Again, everything's been stripped down to bare metal. And there's epoxy primer. All I have left is the hood. I installed the new heavy duty hood hinges. These aren't the billet $500 hood hinges. These are just still the standard design hood hinge, but they're twice as thick. This is the new improved version from Dynacorn, and they're only like $100 a pair. So I thought I'd try them out first, see how they work out. If it didn't work out, then I'd consider maybe the Eddie Motorsports billet hood hinges, but these actually worked out pretty good. I'm happy with them so far, so I'm keeping them. I put the Shelby lighter, Shelby spring, so this hood doesn't hold itself up by itself. I don't like all that stress on the hood. It bows the hood, and I don't want that to happen, so I go with the lighter springs. And then I propped the hood up with these turnbuckles. Some other guy on YouTube helped me give me this idea. It's an awesome idea. Just to add a turnbuckle on each hood hinge, and it just holds it up instead of using the hood prop. So the aluminum radiator is in for mock-up. This is all just panel fitment. Some of it's panel fitment, some of it's mock-up, so don't critique my panel fitment yet, because I haven't done all the panel fitment. I've just kind of focused on the front as far as panel fitment. So this is pretty good right there. I'm pretty happy with that, all that right there. Good panel fitment. And I don't have the oil cooler installed here in this chute. So I installed this is a Hayden, part number 1241. That's 1241. Oil cooler fit in the radiator pocket right there, almost perfectly. I do have to massage the corner a little bit right there, a little bit of interference right there, but slightly. It's all rubber isolated mounted. It comes with its own mounting kit, so don't order the separate mounting kit, because it comes with one, even though the picture doesn't show it. Also, I can't recommend more. This is a big discovery on my part, is these rivet nuts. So I get that thing to focus. I just want to focus on these rivet nuts for some reason. There you go. So these rivet nuts, you can get the kit from Harbor Freight. Comes with a rivet gun and a few of the nuts. like everything else with Harbor Freight, they sell you these kits, but they don't sell you any refill parts, you know. They're notorious for that. So you can see these rib nuts. There's a good shot. They're aluminum rib nuts, and they're great for putting nuts in sheet metals. They're awesome. The original weld nuts that came from the factory on the fender have been notorious to fall out. I had 2 fall out. So one, and down there's 2. 2 of the weld nuts fell out. So I've been using these rib nuts though throughout my build. I'm going to use them on the interior as well. I think they're going to come out way better. Use those instead of the sheet metal screws for all the interior. I'm going to convert to these rib nuts. So here's what the kit looks like. I got the package open. There's the rib gun. We can get it at Harbor Freight, good price, comes with some of the rib nuts. What's cool is you can go to Ace Hardware to get the replacement, to get the additional rivet nuts. And that is the Fiberglass Specialties brand front GT 350 apron. So that's the racing apron from Fiberglass Specialties out of Nevada. Pretty happy with it. You can see these cool sidebars. I bought these pre-bent off the shelf from jags.com. They're only around 70 bucks a pair, or a little bit less than that. And of course I had to trim them and weld some flanges on the end to mount them. But overall I'm super happy, especially for around 70 bucks a pair. Just really complimented the roll cage. As it was first a 4-point, and then I decided to go to this 6-point, which I'm glad I did. So of course the seat's still out here on the passenger side, but it gives you a good shot on that sidebar in relation with the door. There's about an 1/8 inch clearance between that bar and that door, and then the bar and the seat is about another 1/8 of an inch, so it's a tight fit. It's not easy getting them in as far as good fitment, but super happy with the results. And there's another flange down here, and this is tied into the torque box. So that transferred all that shift of structure gets right into that torque box that I added. So I've added all the torque boxes. This is an aftermarket grill. Originally I was going to leave it brushed aluminum, but I didn't like it. It was just too bright, too much in your face, so I decided to black it out. And I think I'm happy I did that. So I'm glad that I blacked out the grill. Anyways, that's the progress. We're getting close. Pretty much all the car parts that have been taken off the car that you don't see are already replaced, restored, repainted, ready to go back on. I just need to go through the engine. It's an 89 5-liter roller block. I need to go through that engine, and then I need to go through the rear end. Just the pumpkin part. Everything else is done. So that's kind of a couple more major hurdles I have to go. Once I get this all primed and painted, it'll be a big sigh of relief. So I want to show you the bottom side of the deck lid. Again, I just painted the deck lid and these quarter panel extensions just yesterday with the black epoxy primer. This is not the final coat, not the final color. Again, this was all bare metal. And there's an average of 2 to 3 coats of epoxy primer with bare metal underneath. I'm not sure yet what the final color may be. I'm down to 2 colors, dark blue or black. So I'm really happy with the bottom side. So again, all the interior trim pieces have been pre-fitted, painted, and removed. A couple panels still left to remove here before I do a final paint of the interior. Of course, I gotta do final paint of the interior, and then dynamat everything, and spray everything else with bed liner for sound deadening. So a lot of sound deadening to do. You see, I removed the dash, padded dash, and went with kind of the Falcon look, just a clean look. So we're getting close. Hang in there, folks. I'll be done, I think, within months. Here's my hood pins. There's the push button hood pins. So I'll show how these work. We'll next shut the hood and take a shot of that. So I wanted to show you how easy it is to snap shut these hood pins that I got. These are a quick latch, called a quick latch brand. There's some Chinese knockoffs, I haven't tried those yet, but I'm sticking with the original brand for now. They are a little pricey. These are like $100, over $100 a pair. This is the 3/8 size, which is about the medium size, larger size. But I'm really happy with them. So now it's just kind of shut the hood, but I haven't latched it yet. It's in a resting position on top of the springs. I've got some springs underneath. Before it latches, it rests on the springs. So all you can do is just push down, and there you go. It's latched. You can push them down both at the same time to latch them. You can use both hands at the same time. Pop them open at the same time. Works perfect. So there they are latched. Locks the hood in, aligns the hood, giving you a perfect hood alignment. So again, this is the last of the white paint. I'm going to be stripped off here by next week, and my next priority, it's my next move right now, is to strip this paint and primer this black as well. It'll look a hell of a lot better once I get that done. So slowly but surely getting it all primed. It's a pain in the butt. Painting's a pain in the butt, but when you do it yourself, you save a lot of money, because having someone else paint your car is very expensive. Probably $10,000 at least. So when you do all your own body and paint, it'll cost you probably $1,000. But a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for sure. If everybody's been there, done that, they know what I'm talking about. So again, I want to thank all those guys that keep me entertained and inspired. Forgot to add some others to thank. It'll be Giano's Garage, of course. Oh, and Vanguard Motor Sales. Greg at Vanguard Motor Sales. They've definitely kept me entertained over the years with their videos and their builds and what they sell. Very impressive company, so hats off to you guys as well. Thanks for the entertainment, keeping me inspired. One thing you gotta do is you gotta mock up your car and put the pieces together like this to get you inspired, see what it's gonna look like, and you'll lose interest. So periodically I'll put it all together like this. It's like my third mock-up. So you can see what the future looks like. The future's getting close. I can't wait till this is done, because it's taken me at least 8 years between that and raising kids by myself. Okay, see ya. So I wanted to get a good shot of the front nose in the sunlight before I wrap this video up. Muffler hanger reinforcement plates, as you see down there. The sheet metal is really thin right there, so I can see why they added an extra piece of sheet metal with the dual exhaust option. So this came from the factory if you had a dual exhaust option. So you need to get this done if it hasn't been done so already, to hang your mufflers with. So there's my other two projects. That's the 07 Mustang that's already done. So it's never done though. And this is what's next in line, is the Mach 1. The swoopy big fastback 351 Cleveland 9-inch rear end. This thing is going to be badass. She's next in line after this one. Let's take a walk to the backyard. This is where some of the other magic happens. This is where I do some of the painting of the smaller parts that I can drag back here. Excuse the road noise. We have a busy road behind us. A lot of road noise. So this is my makeshift little sandblaster, weed blaster, and paint booth. Extraction filter right there. It really helps keep the overspray out of this place. Keeps it pretty clean. Of course, I wet it down before I paint. So, this is my makeshift paint booth. So here's a photo of me with Pete Brock. So here's a photo of me with Pete Brock at the historic races in Monterey. I don't know, maybe 2012? Then I brought it back the next year and had him sign it, so that's pretty cool. This means a lot to me. He's one of my heroes, for sure. There's another one of my heroes, Dennis Gage. My classic car. I got a short splash on his TV show here. And I mailed it to him, had him autograph it for me, so this means a lot to me too. Of course, there's the king, Carol Shelby. Something that's, here's a good before and after shot of my '07 Mustang. Even this photo's not even current. This is before I put on the Super Snake hood. And this is before I put on the LED lights. These are the Coyote type lights that I sold and upgraded to the LED. Or the 2013 light. And this picture means a lot to me. This is Vic Yellowbrock. This is back in 2013. This was at the Carmel Concourse de Elegance opening night back in 2013 for the historic Monterey Car Week. Again, I brought this back the following year and had him autograph it. So I guess this picture was taken in 2012, and then I brought it back in 2013. He autographed it, and then sadly he's since passed away. I think May 2017. Yeah, somewhere in there. So you'll be missed, Vic. So you may have seen another video I made of how to do your own zinc plating. So here's a good example of my zinc plating I did myself at home on the hinges. So we hold up rather well. I did that almost a year ago. So here's a good shot with some better light. There's that shock tower reinforcement plate. And then the extra 2 bolts there for the Shelby drop. So there's your Shelby suspension drop. There's a good shot of that bracket that I made and designed. It's made out of a Simpson lumber tag, believe it or not, at the hardware store. Worked perfect for this bracket. So there's a good photo of my torque box that I installed, and then a bracket to tie that fender. Which is not there from 64 through 66 through 67, no bracket until then, until 67, so this is a must-have to add. Makes the fender nice and strong now. Those push button hood pins. Couldn't highly recommend those anymore. Here's a close-up of how I tied in the sidebars into the 4-point roll cage right there. Good shot of those muffler hanger reinforcement plates. radio delete. So we have blacked out our painted bumper and of course custom tail lights, all LED. So we got some more sunlight in here. Very happy how the bottom side turned out, and the hinges too. And you can see there's a good example of the rivet nuts. Here's a prime place to put the rivet nuts. This is where there used to be sheet metal screws, and those were really always stripped. You can see the back side. You can't see the back side. You can see the rivet nuts. Those are aluminum version. They have a steel version too, as you can see here. So I'll leave my gas tank. It's all been replaced by rivet nuts. Make it much stronger, safer. During the collision, it'll hold the tank in better. So there's the brackets for the 4-link suspension. Panhard bar. Still have to paint the other side. There's the subframe connectors. Those are tin man subframe connectors. Really happy with them because they blend in nicely. Tied to the torque box. And then from the torque box through that bracket. Right there. Transfers to the sidebar. And to the 4-point roll cage. Making it very sound structure. This thing should have like it's on rails. It has already all coil over suspension. That's all been fitted and installed and removed and stored for now. All QA1 gas shocks, adjustable. So all 4-way adjustable shocks. Just brakes all the way around. Rack and pinion steering with electric power assist. So you may have seen my previous videos on how to install electric power assist. Hinge has been rebuilt, replated. Well, that sure makes a difference, man. Make sure you rebuild these hinges with new pins and bushings. Makes a huge difference. Again, I can't stress enough about these nut certs. So there's the engine cross member from the Boss 302 modification book. With a little bit of modern twist to it. They now have jack pads. So you see that round disc is now also a convenient jack pad, so it's super cool. So I just need to paint this thing. It hasn't been painted, I just welded it. But what this does is also ties the lower control arm out. So it ties the lower control arm with the engine cross brace, so that just quadruples the strength of this chassis and suspension, this and that. A simple trick like that makes a huge difference.